the love and the support that I have been getting on my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. I'm just here to chat with you all. We're going to talk about friendship. Yes, we're going to talk about compromising too, with having friends. Because I don't believe in compromising with doing what's wrong as a friend. We'll get back to that. But anyway, I moved from my hometown, and me and my friends, we still stayed in contact with each other from school. And when I moved, I'll never forget the time of my life where I was living on my own. I was in my own apartment, but I was in a relationship with this guy. And God started dealing with my heart. And I always tell my grandma, say, oh, you guys, when y'all get older, get grown, don't be shacking. Y'all remember that word? Don't be shacking, because God gonna get you if you shack. But I let that one in one ear and out the other. So, when we grown, we want to have a good time, enjoy ourselves, and, go out and meet new people and things like that. In this particular time in my life, and the guy, he was very good to me. He took care of me, he treated me like a man's supposed to treat a woman, showing her love, not beating on her, not, because I wasn't finna go for that. Because my mother taught me well with how you don't supposed to allow a man to mistreat you, and how you supposed to stand up for yourself as a woman and not allow a man to beat you and physically abuse you. All those things that would cause you to break down naturally and spiritually as a woman. And I really appreciate my mother for that. She's deceased now, but she taught me some things before she left this earth, and I really appreciate that. And one thing that I can say my mother taught me, because my mother, she was a loving person. I'm talking about loving person, but she just didn't like to hang around negative people, standing up for what's right. She did do that. Not compromising with her friends, because if she had something to say, she would tell you. She would just keep it 100. I'm telling you guys, she would just keep it 100 with you. But I really appreciate my mother for showing me that, and that stick with me right now today. And my mother also, she showed me how to take care of myself as a young lady, and not to have low self-esteem. And having low self-esteem will break a woman down, because they will accept anything. I really thank God for my mother for showing me those principles in my life as a woman. And some things that she showed me, that once I got a personal relationship with God, that I had to release. After my mother had passed, the things that I had to experience, I thought that I felt lonesome after my mother had passed. And I felt lonesome because I was at a young age in my life. And I'm telling you these things because it affects our lives in a negative way. That we learn from our parents, Some things are positive, some things are negative. And I can truly say that God allowed me to go through that, losing my mother, I believe for my good, for purpose. I miss her. I really miss my mom, and I wish that she was here with me. But God knows what's best. God knows what's best. And I truly, and the reason why I say God knows what's best, because at a particular time in my life, I just felt uncomfortable, in my relationship with the guy that I was with. And I felt uncomfortable because I knew how I grew up after my mom passed. My grandmother took me and my sisters. And I really appreciate my grandma. I think if my grandma is watching this, I really appreciate my grandmother, because it's so many people that when their mother and their father died, they have to go into foster homes. I don't work there. They have to go in group homes. I don't work there. And it put more trauma on top of the trauma that you're going through. But I really appreciate my grandmother for raising me, and also my aunt and in my life at the time too, encouraging me and teaching me principles in life so that it can help me along the way through my devastation, through my trauma with my mom. But back to what I believe it's gonna help somebody. It's gonna encourage somebody. In this particular time, I had to get out of the relationship with the guy that I was with, because God was dealing with me. We was living together. We was shacking together, like my grandma said. He was living with me, and all of a sudden, God started dealing with my heart. And I had told him, I kept telling him, I don't know why that I kept, yes I do know why. I take that back. I do know why. Because of the teaching that I had from my grandmother and my family that was in my life. A purpose moment. And some of you all wondering why that you're not happy in that relationship. And it's because that God have purpose for your, God has purpose for your life. And that purpose is God wants you to have a relationship with him first. And in that moment, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't understand what was going on. But I knew that it was something that needed to be changed in my life. It was something that I needed to step up and say, okay, God, show me, guide me, lead me the way. I don't understand why this happened. I don't understand why I'm feeling like this. I don't understand why all these things happen in my life. But here I am, God. So God will chase you down. He would chase. God said he chased those whom he loved. And he chased those whom he loved because he cared for us. He cared for us women, because he know that we can be so sensitive. We can, we easy to open up and to love a man, because he created us like that from Adam and Eve. In the Bible, how God created Adam and Eve. He created Adam first, but he created Eve from out of Adam. But anyhow, y'all go and read the story from Genesis. It's good. You'll learn a lot from out of that. How God created woman and what was our purpose. I didn't understand what was happening in that destiny moment, but it changed my life, guys. It changed my serious, sacred friendship most important that I needed in my life, in that relationship, was with God and accepting his son Jesus, who died on the cross for our sins. And this is my life story, and I'm sharing it with you guys because I know someone need to hear this. I don't know who need to hear it, but it's some woman, some girl, some young lady need to hear this story. Finding your true relationship. And so I wind up, this is what happened.